Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly tech update, the show that explores the newest, coolest, and craziest side of tech available on the interwebs. I'm your hardcore gamer, Ray McNeil. Coming up on the program today, a bunch of stories I've had to cut from previous episodes due to time. Also, I'm going to show you my review of Ultrawings for the PlayStation VR. It is so much fun. And happening in this week's What The? A man leads officers on a chase while drunk and is then hit by his own car. I kid you not. That and a whole lot more coming up on your weekly tech update next. Usually when tech companies talk about moonshots, they're being figurative. But Vodafone recently said it has picked up Nokia as a partner to put a 4G mobile data network on the moon, the first in history. The network, which would be the first ever conceived, is meant to support a mission by Berlin-based company PT Scientists in 2019. PT Scientists is working with Vodafone Germany and Audi on a privately funded moon landing due to launch in 2019 from Cape Canaveral on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. The network would connect two Audi Lunar Quattro rovers to a base station so that they can communicate and even transfer scientific data and HD video from the moon's surface. Nokia, through Nokia Bell Labs, will create a space-grade ultra-compact network, which the company says will weigh about as much as a bag of sugar. Robert Baum, CEO and founder of PT Scientists, said in a release, "In order for humanity to leave the cradle of Earth, we need to develop infrastructures beyond our home planet. The great thing about this LTE solution is that it saves so much power, and the less energy we use sending data, the more we have to do science." The rovers will be studying NASA's Apollo 17 lunar roving vehicle that was used in the 1972 mission by the last astronauts to walk on the moon. We'll have to wait till next year for the launch, but I'm curious about the rovers themselves. Are they going to be regular Audi Quattros decked out for the lunar surface, or are they building a new vehicle for this mission and just branding it with the popular name? We'll let you know more as soon as we find out more. Of all of the franchises out there set to one-up the Pokemon Go formula in the coming years, Ghostbusters seems to be one of the best fitting. Good news for all you wannabe Venkmans out there. Ghostbusters World is a new smartphone AR game heading your way sometime in 2018. We have very little to go on right now other than the trailer, which sees phones alert players to an impending ghost hunt before they answer the call and suit up. The trailer's description promises a state-of-the-art AR game with skill-based gameplay that has players battling hundreds of ghosts that have appeared in the franchise over the years. It's pretty easy to envision this being something special, though. Imagine stepping out into the real world in search of ghost-capturing adventures, meeting up with friends to form your own Ghostbuster squad, and then using your smartphones just like you would a proton pack. It could be awesome. Could this be a contender to Nintendo's upcoming Harry Potter AR game? Who knows? Look for Ghostbusters World to launch later this year. The company Moleskine has valiantly been trying to bridge the divide between analog writing and digital for years now. The company released its Smart Writing Set in 2016 as a $200 holistic solution of pen, proprietary smart paper, and app that instantly sent whatever you wrote or drew over to your paired device, which worked as long as your smartphone or tablet was nearby. But its newest writing implement, the $180 Pen Plus Ellipse, liberates you from the latter, saving all of your scratchings in an offline mode until it connects to your device again. This could actually be handy for writing in busy situations, trains, outdoors, in low light, where pulling out your device to sync up is cumbersome. Unlike the pen that comes with the Smart Writing Set, the Pen Plus Ellipse also has a little clip on the cap to slide onto your favorite notebook, Though, of course, you'll be using a $30 one from Moleskin's Smart Writing set line, since those are the only ones with the aforementioned Encode Smart paper, at least for now. If you want to make it to the digital note-taking future, you're gonna have to pay to get there. The Tesla Semi specs are mesmerizing, competitors and consumers alike, but some are still skeptical about the company's ability to deliver on them. With that said, DHL, one of the largest logistic firms in the world, is on board and now expects that a Tesla semi-electric truck could save them tens of thousands of dollars a year with payback within a year and a half based on energy usage, as well as lower maintenance costs. Even though Tesla Semi, which starts out at $150,000, is more expensive than the average Class 8 diesel truck, Tesla estimates the payback period as just 2 years because of the significantly more efficient electric powertrain. DHL thinks they could start saving money even sooner when factoring their current maintenance costs. Last year, DHL ordered semi-trucks from Tesla, which they plan to use in a test program. It's the only Class 8 electric truck that they are testing right now, but they have several electrification programs for other smaller trucks. DHL announced that Ford won an important contract to build 2,500 of the bigger version of the all-electric van for the logistic company, and they are also using Daimler's Fuso eCanter electric truck. Tesla is reportedly already in talks with electric truck customers to install megacharger stations at the locations where they plan to use the Tesla Semi. The truck is planned to go into production next year, and the company will have to time it with the deployment of the charging infrastructure too. Using a flash is what separates a photographer from someone who just got a good camera on Black Friday. Flash photography can be difficult. There's light theory and mathematics at play. Use a flash incorrectly, and the images you're making are often uglier than if you'd never used one at all. Canon's hoping its new 470EX AI flash unit changes all that. The 470EX AI automatically scans for the subject and the ceiling in a room. It then measures the distance and then bounces a flash off the ceiling. Now, this should theoretically give your images a softer and more appealing light than if you just pointed the flash at your subject, as most people who don't understand flash photography are inclined to do. In a recent briefing, Canon made it very clear that the 470EX AI isn't a flash intended for professionals. It's for people who know enough that they need a flash, but maybe don't know enough to properly use it. It does all the measuring using a laser located next to the flash's bulb, which means it should work no matter how dim the room is, but won't work if you block the laser with something like a flash diffuser or your hand, for instance. This obviously isn't the perfect super smart flash, but it is the first full-size flash to try and automatically bounce the light. That's pretty cool. It's also just slick enough that it should grow with a budding photographer. There's a second semi-autonomous mode too that lets you choose the angle of the flash. It then maintains the angle no matter how you position the camera. So for instance, if you set it to bounce off a wall at 45 degrees and then tilt the camera and try to shoot in portrait mode, it will automatically seek out that original angle. And should you go full on pro and start using multiple flashes, it does have an optical receiver mode so it can work with other flashes you might have in the room. The Canon Speedlight 470EX AI is expected to be available sometime in April for a price of $400.